The Super Smash Bros. Series is, without a doubt, one of the greatest video game franchises of all time. There have been 4 main titles in the series to date, where players can select their favorite character from a massive, growing cast and kick their friends' asses in combat, or at least try to. There's many various game modes, features, stages, and characters representing many different kinds of video games, from Mario to Mega Man, to Pokemon, and even to the original Game & Watch games. But no matter which way you approach it, the game is fun, entertaining, and holds a special place in many hearts. So why the fuck am I telling you this? The video obviously states that this is going to be a negative list, not a positive one. Well, the 5 complaints I'm about to list off are really hard to come up with, because this game is almost borderline best. But yeah, these 5 things do irritate me, so I figured making a video about them would be worth it, because why not? And why is this only going to be about Super Smash Bros. 4? That's because it was the easiest one to come up with complaints about, and you'll see why once you hear them, so buckle up, boys. Number 5. There's no story mode. The 3rd game in the series, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, has a special mode called the Subspace Emissary. In it, all the cast members interacted in a giant story mode where a real goal and storyline were present. You could have an adventure that included all your favorite characters who never really met before, all communicating with each other and working together to defeat the final boss, Taboo. You ever wanted to see Mario and Kirby actually acknowledge each other's existence? Well, now you can. You ever wanted to see Link get laid by Zelda in full 1080p HD? Well, you can't do that, but I'm sure it's already happened behind closed doors, so don't cry about it. And I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong got involved too, because he knows how to woo the ladies. I'd shower you with coconut cream. But all in all, the Subspace Emissary, a story mode. Super Smash Bros. 4 doesn't have this feature, and that pretty much sucks ass through a straw. They have no excuse for not including one either, since the game is newer than Brawl, which is the one that included the story mode. Number 4. Getting really good is based on talent, not persistence. Talent. Noun. Natural aptitude or skill. And that's what you have to have if you want to be really good at this game. Not persistence, because I've been playing Smash Bros. Since I was about 12 years old, when my dad bought Melee for me, and now I'm 18. I have about 128 hours racked up on Brawl, and now there's about 95 hours on Smash 4. I couldn't tell you how many hours I spent on Melee because I sold it for 20 bucks a couple months ago like a loser. But anyhow, that's around 223 hours total. Probably a lot more counting Melee. If Melee had at least 77 hours on it, which it probably did because it was the first Smash Bros. I've ever owned, the hours would reach 300. I've played this game for 300 hours. So keep this in mind while I'm discussing skill levels. I can kick my cousin's ass really easily, and even though my dad is a little better, I can still beat him around 9 out of 10 times. And this guy has beaten the Nameless King in Dark Souls 3, not to mention every other boss, without summoning anyone to assist. And I can beat him in Smash Bros. 9 out of 10 times, so that's pretty good. But when I get online, it's a completely different story, because according to the statistics in my game, I win around 1 out of every 4 fights online, and when I do win, it's because the guy I fought wasn't as good as the ones I lost against. I've been playing this game for 6 fucking years, and a kid at my school who just started playing it last year can whoop my ass as hard as a girl getting her ass cheeks whipped by some dude while having intercourse because I have a fucking bondage fetish. It's no joke natural skill, and for the few players who have it, they of course get online to kick asses, saturating the online battlegrounds with tons of players who are impossibly good, and by now, I've accepted that no matter what I do, I won't be able to reach their level. But by by now, you've had enough time to see the gameplay playing in this video, and that was recorded by me. In every match, my name is Bazooka, and you can see that I'm not a fucking noob at this game. It's just that I'm not really good. People have just been blessed with unbreakable talent, and sadly, I wasn't one of them. Also, I hate when people fucking taunt.
Come on! You need to shut the fuck up!
Number 3, the Shirtless Shulk skin. I understand somebody using this fucking skin as a joke for like a couple matches in order to piss someone off, but if you use this skin on a constant basis for other reasons like quenching your thirst to see Shulk half naked, piss off. And I'm serious too. I can't stand this skin. I hate seeing Shirtless Shulk. I hate when people play as Shirtless Shulk. I hate Shulk in general now, just because I've seen Shirtless Shulk. Also, he looks like fucking Kristoff from Frozen. That definitely doesn't make anything better. Number 2, useless character clones taking up space. So, didn't think one pit was enough pits? Now there's a new dark pit added in just to double the pit experience, and take up one more space of the cast that could have been saved for someone else way more interesting. These characters have the exact same moveset, with the smallest differences such as Dark Pit's arrows dealing 2% more damage than Pit's when both are fully charged. Like really, who gives a fuck about 2% damage? Who gives a flying rat's ass about having 2 pits? Then there's Mario and Dr. Mario, who also have barely any differences. The most noticeable ones are that Mario shoots fireballs and fire, while Dr. Mario shoots pills and lightning instead. Also, have you noticed that there's 6 characters from the Fire Emblem universe? That's only one less than the Mario universe, which is way more well known. In fact, I didn't even know what Fire Emblem was until I played this game. Some of my dad's mains are Ike, Corrin, Roy, and Marth, and I'm pretty sure he still doesn't even know what Fire Emblem is. And get this, Fire Emblem has one more character than The Legend of Zelda does in this game, and that just shouldn't be the case. Also, did you know that Marth and Lucina have basically the exact same moves? Even Roy's moves seem a little bit too similar to theirs as well. Why should we have all these extra clone characters just taking up space when more unique, different characters could be implemented? Couldn't they have done something with these Mario's, Pits, and excess Fire Emblem characters like the Marth and Lucina clones that would have been similar to the Olimar and Alf combination? If you click Olimar when changing skins, you'll have the chance to play as Alf, who's a different character but has the same basic moves. So that's why they're stacked together into one square on the cast board. If they did this with the Pits and Marios, 2 spaces on the board could have been saved for more unique characters. Maybe putting Lucina and Marth into an Olimar Alf skin stack should be done as well. Speaking of skin stacks, there's 8 different characters all squeezed into one square on the board. All of Bowser's children are grouped together in a pile of 8 bodies stacked high. And the pits aren't even stacked together? And Bowser's kids all look completely different. Do these guys look different? Yes. How about these guys? Yes. Do these 2 look the same? No, they don't. But what about these?
What about these?
Clone characters definitely take up major cast space, and it's even more frustrating due to the fact that there's some other characters who I'm sure many people would rather have involved. And that's where the number 1 complaint comes in. Are you ready for this? Good, because this one is the one that really brings my piss to a boil. Number 1, the removal of Woof and Snake. So, think about your number 1 main in Super Smash Bros. For a second. What would you do if a new Smash came out, like one for the Switch, and that character was removed? You'd be pissed. Well, guess what? Woof was my number 1 main in Brawl, and Snake was my cousin's. And of course, of the 5 characters Nintendo chooses to remove, Two of them are Wolf and Snake. Nobody really knows the exact reason behind Wolf's removal, but some people might try and claim it's due to the fact that Wolf is just a clone of Fox. But that isn't even true because their moves were different. Also, unlike Pit and Dark Pit, they have significantly different designs aside from just colors and extremely minor detail that people can barely even notice. So if Wolf was removed for being a so-called clone, why the fuck is Dark Pit here? Also, I just wanted to point out that the Star Fox franchise only has 2 characters in Smash Bros. Now. All it has is Fox and Falco, while Fire Emblem, once again, has 6 characters. And you know which franchise is more popular? Star Fox. You can see here based on the sales of their first games ever made, how about some middle games they made, how about some late games they made, how about just all of them added together, all the sales of all Star Fox, here's a number, all the sales of every Fire Emblem game, here's that number. Which one is bigger? Star Fox. And which one has more than twice the amount of characters in Smash Bros? Fire Emblem. So if they put Wolf back in the game, they'd at least have half the number of Fire Emblem characters for Star Fox, and Star Fox deserves more than 2 characters. So the removal of Wolf, it sucks. Now, in regards to Snake, Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear, and therefore Snake himself, has not prohibited Nintendo or the Super Smash Bros. Game director, Masahiro Sakurai, from using the character in the game. When being asked about Super Smash Bros. 4, Kojima said, "I'm not working on that game, but I don't think it's likely that Snake will return. If Mr. Sakurai is watching this, hopefully we see Snake." In fact, Snake barely even made it into Brawl in the first place. Sakurai claimed that Snake's inclusion in Brawl was due to Kojima practically begging for him to be put in, as Kojima enjoyed playing Smash Bros. With his young son. So, in other words, the only one to blame about Snake's removal is Nintendo. The Ice Climbers, Ivysaur, and Squirtle were all removed as well, but some sources say it's because of hardware limitations of the 3DS. That's actually an excusable reason, because there's nothing they could have possibly done about it. But when it comes to the 2 characters whose removal feels like being raped by a watermelon shot out of a cannon and having it reamed up my asshole and out my throat, this excuse isn't applicable. Fuck the removal of Wolf and Snake. Oh, and yeah. What happened to him? What happened to my boy? Black Olimar? But you know what? I don't even want to know anymore. We're getting too deep into this. I'm out. Before I end this rant, I just want to show you this picture somebody edited of what Smash 4 would look like if all the removed characters were brought back. There's Wolf. And yeah, I pronounce Wolf as Wolf instead of Wolf. It's just I've been saying it like that for so many years, I'm too lazy to say it the right way, so suck it up. Snake, the Ice Climbers, Squirtle, and Ivysaur. It even features Pichu and Young Link from Melee, who were removed from the cast of Brawl. And what's this? It also has Rayman, which is actually pretty cool, but that reminds me. Did you know Rayman once had an ad that looked like this? No arms, no legs, huge features. If you know what I'm talking about. Is it just me, or does Rayman look like Alf from that shitty 80s comedy that my dad hates?
Hey! What's the matter, little guy?
They removed Wolf and Snake from Smash.
Whoa! Sorry, Los Angeles. Phew.
You fucking dick strangler.
Alright, I might be a little rusty. First, the easy part.
No, not the easy part. You know what was easy for Nintendo? Removing Wolf from Smash. You oversized hairy ass water hose dildo.
Whoa! Number 2 with a bullet! Alright, let me just swab the deck, okay?
How about you swab your own arsehole all the
Little
way up?
swabber.
You fucking cunt.
Seriously, what the fuck is Alf supposed to be? IMDb says he's an alien, but he's such a cunt I'd believe he was an alien's cut-off dick that grew, transformed, and nourished itself until it came to life before believing anything else. But regardless of my hatred for Alf, if Nintendo said Wolf and Snake could come back for the price of Alf being a new addition, I take the deal faster than Sonic the Hedgehog could slap a hooker's ass. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button, left a comment, or subscribed, because my biggest dream is to become well known on this website, and every contribution brings me one step closer to that. There's more rants coming up in the future, along with meme shit, music videos, video game related stuff, and more. In fact, I'm planning on making a music video dedicated to my top mains in Smash Bros. 4. So if you want to be notified when that video pops up on my channel, subscribe to help me out. Have a nice day, month, year, whatever. Unbuckle your seatbelt because the trip has come to a close. But with that all being said, I'll see you on the next one.